honestly been a hot minute and that is for multiple reasons. The biggest reason is that I've been in a huge reading slump, which is just so sad to me. I hate it. And it's been going on for quite a while. Let me actually check when I finished my last book. The last book that I properly finished was on the 9th of April, which was Mona. I've also listened to Vladimir by, what's her name? Julia May Jonas almost. But that was on audio. The last proper book I finished was over a month ago, which is so sad to me. I've just not been having any desire to pick up any book, read anything. I've just not been in the mood. Obviously, I'm not going to force myself to read something because it's meant to be enjoyable, and usually it is, which is why it's so sad to me that right now it's not that enjoyable. But I think I'm on the verge of getting out of it. And I put that down to Book Lovers by Emily Henry, which is a very random choice for me. I'm listening to it on audio at the moment. It's from my library. I've read Beach Read last year, the year before, I think last year. Just because everyone on TikTok basically said, even if you don't like romance, you'll like this book. It's different to any other romance. And I'm not a romance reader at all, like literally not at all. Never pick up a romance. The last time I read like anything romantic was like Harry Styles fan fiction back in the day. Definitely not anymore. But yeah, since then, I've not really been interested to pick up anything romantic, like any romance novel. It's just not my vibe. But I read Beach Read back in the day when I think I just wanted something light to read. I think I was also in a bit of a reading slump. I just didn't feel like reading anything too serious, well enough to concentrate on anything. And that was the perfect book. And I actually really ended up enjoying Beach Read. I also read People We Meet on Vacation, which was her other book, like the following one, which was okay for me. That was average, but still good for a romance book. But now I'm reading Book Lovers. I'm about 25-30% into it. And I love it. I really do. It's just so fun. I don't have to concentrate on it. I don't have to put much thought into it. But it's like, it's giving me warm feelings. I love it. It's very, very sweet. Yeah, so I'm reading that or listening to that at the moment. And I think, sorry, that was my little watering can. So I think I'm going to start a new reading vlog. I'm going to pick out a new book to read later from my little book tower over there. I'm actually in a bit of a rush, so I'm going to do that later with you because I'm going to get my hair cut finally. My hair's just hanging off my head right now. You know, when you're in that state where it's just, what is that? It's just horrible. I hate it. So yeah, I'm going to get my hair cut and then gonna hopefully, I'm off today, so I'm just gonna get into bed, read a bit, do a bit of yoga, and then I've got a HelloFresh box. I've got a few HelloFresh boxes over the last few weeks just because I'm really not one for cooking. I hate it, but I really want to get into it more. I'm going to do that later, and yeah, I just wanted to basically intro this vlog, say why I was back. That actually I only explained the one reason. I just realised this lighting's really not great, but if I move it over, that's all my mess. So maybe this is a bit better actually. The other reasons why I haven't uploaded a video in a while is basically just that I've been working a lot. I also went to London actually multiple times. I think you would have seen some of those clips of when I went to London and Brighton in my intro thingy clip. And yeah, I went to Brighton to mainly get a tattoo because the guy that there's this tattoo artist that lives in Brighton, or has got a studio in Brighton that I really wanted to go to for a while, so I went there. Also went to a Taylor Swift club night with my friends where they just exclusively play Taylor Swift songs all night, and it was amazing. It was so much fun. Honestly, I loved it so much. I'm really not one for going out. All my friends can, I think, sign on that. I'm not one for going out, I don't like it, but I was there until that club closed. It was so fun, it was so, oh, I loved it, it was so, so good. Yeah, and I just spent some time with my friends. I'm going to London again in less than 2 weeks actually, but that's a whole nother thing. I'll explain that later. All right, I'm going to go to get my hair cut and I'll see you later. Goodbye. Hello. I thought we could, okay, first of all, actually, the hair, it's definitely an improvement, as you can see. It looks so simple and casual, but let me actually put you down somewhere. Yeah, it looks so simple and casual, but she put my hair in rollers for, well, she styled it for about an hour. I've got really thick hair and a lot of it, so it's just, yeah, a lot for them to deal with. But I mean, it's so nice, isn't it? I just feel so much lighter and just, oh, there's just something to it. But not come on here to talk about my hair. I wanted to choose a new book with you. Let's go over here. This is my little book tower that's filling up nicely. Okay, so all of these, wait, let me actually check. From here on up, from the black book at the bottom, Ohio, to the top, that's all books that I've read. And like, these are like some of my favourite books. That's why they're on here, and not on this bookshelf over here. And then from down here, they're all books that I still want to read. So I'm just going to pan down a little bit so you can see what we're working with here. Yeah, so that's everything. I think, so either I'm in the mood for Surrender, which is I think it's a non-fiction, that's what it's white, duh. It's a non-fiction about, wait, is it going to focus? Let's see. Okay, it's not focusing, but it's a memoir about a woman who moves her family, I think, from London to Montana. And it's just about her experience there. I think it's also a lot about nature. So very in the mood for this. I'm scared I'll get it so dirty when I start reading it though, because it's so nice and pristine at the moment. But we move. Or I'm also in the mood for Fangirls. This one. I thought I was in the mood for fiction, but both of these are non-fiction. This I am also, very intrigued by, very interested to read. I mean, as the name would suggest, it's about fangirls. I wanted to know more about what it meant to be a fan, to ask what they were doing, why they are doing it. I want to look with care away from the stars themselves towards the people who gave them any luminescent quality. Those people are so frequently teenage girls. I'm actually so intrigued by this because, okay, let me actually put you down for this, 1 second. Yeah, fangirls. I'm so intrigued by it because anyone that knows me, anyone that's ever met me, probably knows that I am a massive fangirl, always have been. I think I was raised like that. My mum was always a fangirl when she was growing up. I've always just been so fascinated. I've always had someone that I idolise, or was like obsessed with my whole life. And yeah, anyone that knows me knows that I love, like live and die by Harry Styles, as many people do. But it's just been it's been such a big part of my life, and like, it's so weird to me how that fangirl culture is so frowned upon with like the general public. Obviously there's that age-old discussion of kind of the male equivalent of football fans, and it's got the same kind of passion and like intensity behind it. I mean, I've got nothing else really to add to that conversation. It's just, that's why I really want to read that book, because I am that person, I am that fangirl. But it's so strange to me how that's so frowned upon. Like, it's not hurting anyone. I've met literally one of my best friends through loving Harry Styles so much because we both do, and we really like bonded over that, and we go to see him together and stuff. And yeah, also, if you are at all like clued up on Harry Styles at all, I just got a ticket for his one night only show in London, and let me tell you, when I freaked the fuck out. He does these one night only shows, one in America and one in the UK usually, when he brings out a new album. Obviously a new album's about to come out. I'm not sure when this is actually going to upload, but when I'm filming this is coming out on Friday. And yeah, they're very small shows, and the tickets are very, very hard to get. And my friend Sophia fucking secured them for us, and I'm so excited. It's so many people didn't get tickets, but I don't even know how she did it, because we were all trying, like 4 of us were actually trying for the tickets, and she got them. And I'm so excited to go. Like, as I just said, he means so much to me. I love him so much. I loved him for One Direction back in the day. I met him when I was 16. It's just been running deep. It's like I've been a lot of my life. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's something that girls and women are meant to be ashamed of, but I'm not. It's so fun to me. Like, I love seeing him in concert. I love listening to his music, and just like, I don't know, he's such a positive part of my life. Like, I'm not like ringing on his doorbell. He's a part of my life. I don't know what the problem is with that. I just got these new biker shorts as well from Uniqlo. They're meant to be a dupe for the Lululemon, I think, Align. I'm not sure which ones, but they're good. They're really, really good. But that was quite the rant. Yeah. Even after all that rant, I think I'm actually going to pick up Surrender, not Fangirls, because I think Fangirls will be more apt for me to read in June, because I'm going to a lot of concerts in June. A lot of Harry Styles concerts in June, so I think I'll be very in tune with my fangirlness in June. So I think we'll read that next month. Yeah, so let's read Surrender. That's what this reading vlog is probably now going to be focused upon. We'll see. Okay, I'm going to need to take a fat nap. I'm so fucking tired, so I'll see you when I wake up. Goodbye. Hey, it's the next day, next evening even, and I thought I'd update you a little bit on Surrender. I am 90 pages, 90-ish, 93 pages into it, so about a third almost, and I'm so happy to report that it's exactly what I wanted. It's exactly what I've been looking for, and I think this could do the job of getting me out of the reading slump, which I'd love that so much. So I don't think I've really said much yesterday about it, but we just follow a woman. That sounds like it's fiction. It's non-fiction. It's a woman's story who decides to move to the American West, to Montana, with her husband and her 6-year-old daughter. Mostly, well, for multiple reasons. She wants to finish her novel. I think she's a writer full-time. Yeah, she is. And her husband, I believe he's like a filmmaker or something of the sorts. That's why he's there to kind of, I think he just works from there. I think they just wanted a change of scenery. But I think the biggest reason really for them was to be closer to nature, like be closer to the mountains. And yeah, they moved from London. And the biggest reason why I picked this up is because of what I hoped for was nature writing, and there's already quite a bit in it, and I'm really, 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 really enjoying that. There's also, let me show you, there's also like a lot of pictures. This one's not a great example because it's not of nature, but let me see if I can find another one. Yeah, so like stuff like this, there's just a lot of nature pictures, and it's so lovely. And the way that she describes it, like the mountains and all of the changing colours with the seasons, it's just so nice. It's like when you want to travel but you can't, this is a good book to read. For a lot of this, she also went into a lot of specific things, which I kind of skimmed a little bit. She really goes into like specific things. She really went into like wolf trapping and like hunting and just things that the native people to Montana, what they do, what they make the money with. It's obviously integral to the story and her experience moving there, but a lot of the things are just so specific and niche. And I like reading niche things, but which is very niche, and it went on for quite a while. But other than that, amazing, great, I love it. It's very, you feel like you're there, and I really, really, really appreciate that, especially with non-fiction. I think that's very hard to do. It's easier with fiction when you can really paint a picture and like come up with your own story, but with it being non-fiction, I think that's very, very impressive, the way that she writes. So I'm gonna read a bit more of that. Also, I ordered Alone with You in the Ether by, I think it's Olivie Blake. This was also a TikTok purchase. Most of my TikTok is either books or Harry Styles or skincare. Those three things is basically, that's everything that's on my For You page. And yeah, they really said, this page is for you, bitch. So I picked this up. I think it's independently published, or it's like an Amazon, you know how people can publish their own books. Yeah, it's Amazon fulfillment. So it's an Amazon exclusive, I believe, which, not that I want to support that, but I really wanted to read this book because I've seen so many good things. I just noticed it's like off center. Can you see? Why would you do that? Okay, I'm not judging. It's an Amazon book. I'm not judging. But this is, as you can see here, well, it's not actually going to focus because I've turned off the autofocus. It says A Love Story. So I don't know what it is with me and romance right now. As I said, I'm reading and still loving Book Lovers by Emily Henry. And this has actually been, I picked this up because of two reasons. Because it's been compared to people who don't like romance but like Emily Henry, which I'd say I fall into that category, which I never read romance books, but I really like her books. And this also, a lot of people have said this is like a Taylor Swift song in a book. So you're going to pick it up. Honestly, like, I'm excited to read this. I'm such an anti-romance person, like not just book-wise, like in real life. I have come to the conclusion, I'm happy with it, that I think I will be single for the rest of my life and just use my money and time to travel. That's what I want to do with my life. So why all of a sudden am I like, I want to read romance books? I don't know. But also like the general romance books that you see in bookstores, that doesn't appeal to me at all. Like I don't want to read that. But yeah, honestly, I think I've just been conditioned from years of when I was younger, as I said earlier, for reading like fan fiction when I was younger. It's just, I've got this craving. I think it's nostalgic to me. Like I need to read romance books that are really unrealistic. So that's what I'm up to. Other than that, I've just done an hour-long yoga practice, so I feel very limber and so ready to just go to bed and read, and that's exactly what I'm going to do now. So that's exciting. Also got a new water bottle today. Cool. Okay. This is already a long clip. I'm going to go. Goodbye. I've just come back from the park. Can you see that I'm very shiny with sunscreen on my face? And I just finished Surrender. So it did do exactly what I wanted it to do, which is to pull me out of a reading slump, which that definitely worked. Sorry about the light, but it's just, it's sunny everywhere, so I'm just going to have to, and everything over there is a bit of a mess, so We'll just have to deal. It's not that professional over here, sorry. Yeah, it did pull me out of a reading slump, which is exactly what I wanted it to do. And okay, let's talk about the pros first. There's more pros than cons, which is good. What I wanted it to do is get me out of a reading slump and for me to get some nature writing out of it, which both of those things it fulfilled, which is great. She went on a lot of tangents though. Maybe not tangents, not the right word, but there were a lot of times where the story, well, it's not even a story, it's a non-fiction. So I think I have to remember that obviously with a non-fiction book, it's a person's life, a person's story. It's not going to be a perfectly rounded fictional narrative and story. But there were just loads of times where she went into things that I just wasn't interested in. For example, I think I said this before, like trapping wolves and like animal hunting in general, skinning animals. Then she went into this quite long tangent of like mining, because she went to this mining town. She went to this kind of week-long workshop about, what was it called? The workshop itself was called Surrender, which is what the book is named after. It was like what was it named? Ecosexuality workshop, which I wasn't familiar with, which I am now. And just all of these things that I just wasn't really, I didn't know that were going to be such a big part of the book before I started reading it. But definitely what I wanted from it, I definitely got from it. And the nature writing that is in here. And I think I showed you before, the pictures, absolutely beautiful. And I would love to visit. I've never in my life beforehand had a wish to visit the American West or Midwest. But now after reading this book, I really would like to go there. It looks beautiful. So that's that. Reading slump overcome, I think. I also finished Book Lovers by Emily Henry and I loved it. I actually really enjoyed it. Who would have thought? Not me. It was so sweet. I don't think I even ever talked about, sorry, I'm just trying to dodge this light. You can see my slippers in the back. Oh well. Yeah, I don't think I ever even talked about what Book Lovers by Emily Henry was about, mostly because it's such a big release right now and everyone, I think, has heard of it or read something about, seen it on TikTok, seen it on Instagram, YouTube, just everywhere. But the premise just shortly is a woman who works in publishing meets a man who is a book editor, and they kind of get off on the wrong foot the first time they meet. Nothing ever really like comes of the meeting. They just meet once for work purposes, and they initially even already bond over a specific book by an author that Nora, the book editor she works very closely with, it's like a top client, and yeah, they bond over a past book of hers. Fast forward 2 years, I think Emily Henry likes a good 2 years later, I've noticed. Nora, who is the protagonist, she's kind of drifted apart from her sister, who she's been very close with previously, especially since their mums died. The sister is pregnant for the third time, and yeah, they've just become a bit more distant. And they decide to go on a little trip away for 3 weeks to the city where the book of that author that I've mentioned before is set, and it's like their favourite book ever. They both love it. They're both very, very into reading, and it's what they bond over. It's what they used to bond over with their mum. They go to this small town, which just sounds really cute. And yeah, I mean, obviously the guy that she met 2 years ago is also involved. But as I said before, I'm not a romance reader at all, but I just enjoyed it. It was really cute. It was not as cringy as I thought it might be. Yeah, I've read all of Emily Henry's books now, and I think I'm gonna continue doing that. It's very, especially because I was in a reading slump, it's a good place to start when you want to get out of one, maybe. But that's not to diminish like the writing or the romance genre in general. Like, if that's your cup of tea, great. I love that for you. I wish it was mine, because it is fun, but yeah, it's just not. I don't really get much out of it. Yeah, saying that, I started. Oh, it's in my bedroom. I'm not going to get up and get it. But I showed you beforehand. What's it called? You and Me in the Ether, something like that. I literally just started it when I finished Surrender, and then I started it in the park as well. I'm about 25 pages into it so far. I'm not very sure. People hype up so much, saying it's like the most realistic and heartwarming and heartbreaking romance story they've ever read. But I mean, I don't know yet. Other than that, I'm not sure whether to end this vlog here or just make it like a 2-week thing, because I've got so much fun stuff coming up next week. So it's Wednesday today, Wednesday the 18th. So Monday morning I'm flying to London mainly it was for the, as I previously mentioned, the one night only Harry Styles concert, which I've not been this excited for anything ever, I don't think. Honestly, I've seen him in One Direction a couple of times, seen him live by himself before, but this, because it's such a small venue, and it's like his whole new album, which comes out on Friday in 2 days. I'm just so excited. It's just so like nostalgic to me, and not even nostalgic. Like, I'm in it. I'm like in the depths of being a Harry Styles fan. Yeah, so we're doing that on Wednesday, and also Tuesday actually. And on Monday he's also doing like a pop-up shop in London, a like Harry's house / You Are Home. If you know, you know. I'm not going to explain the whole Harry Styles multiverse. He's doing a pop-up shop which we're going to go to, and yeah, I'm just so excited. So I think, because I just want to do it for like my own memories, I just want to document it for me to be able to look back on it. I think I'm just going to continue this vlog for maybe like another week. Yeah, we'll see how much reading I'll do, but I think I'm going to finish You and Me in the Ether before I go. We'll see. Okay, this is already a long clip, so I'm going to go. Goodbye. I've woken up about 10 minutes ago. Can you tell? I just wanted to let you know that I lied, and I'm not going to continue this vlog. So this is the end. Because this vlog is already very long, I'm going to make the London Harry Styles one night only thing a separate vlog, because firstly, this is long. Second of all, I want it as a separate thing to have for my own memory to look back on. Yeah, I'm very excited. I'm about to fly to London tomorrow. I can't wait. Okay, I just wanted to end this vlog in some sort of way. And this apparently is the way that I chose and thought to be best, which tells you a lot about the quality of this YouTube channel. Yeah, okay. Thanks for watching the vlog, and I'll see you in my next one. Goodbye.